Hi everybody, Spurs 118, Cavs 115 in overtime. It's time for another edition of Hey Joe, post-game. Our first question comes from Twitter. They all come from Twitter tonight. cmarsh4202. How much do the Cavs need a backup point guard? Well, I'm glad you brought that up. The start of the second and fourth quarters, which is when the backup point guard would play, the Cavs got blown out. It was 17-2 in the second quarter, early on in favor of the Spurs, and then 12-1 in the fourth quarter. A traditional veteran backup point guard that could play with LeBron and Kyle Korver and Channing Frye would do wonders. So tonight was a good example of that. Our next question comes from @Joe_Cavs. Do you see Shumpert starting in the playoffs, given his success starting this season? Well, Joe, I think that depends. Shumpert's been fantastic, as you say, since becoming a starter. He had 11 points tonight on 4 of 8 shooting. He was averaging 16.5 as a starter coming in this year. He's been great. I think it still depends on JR. If JR is ready to go come playoff time, I think that's his spot. Also keep an eye on how they incorporate Kyle Korver. Although Kyle didn't really play, well, he played 21 minutes tonight, but he didn't play that much later in the fourth quarter or at all in overtime. And our final question comes from @blue42_SM. Are the Cavs missing JR more than anyone cares to admit? We've talked a lot about JR and Shumpert. The point I would make is if you look at the Spurs tonight, they were missing Pau Gasol and Tony Parker. David Lee steps up. He gives you 14 points and 11 rebounds. Dejounte Murray steps up with 14 points on 7 of 10 shooting, 6 assists. The thing is, injuries happen in this league. A team like the Spurs is mature enough to figure it out. I think the Cavs are too, but we have to acknowledge they've lost 4 out of 6. Thanks for tuning in, folks.